Wood River Health is my home for health.
Wood River Health is a one-stop shop for primary medical care, dental care, behavioral health, and social services. We care for the members of our community because they are our community. I'm Allison Croak, President and CEO of Wood River Health. Since 1976, our health center has provided high-quality, affordable health care to residents of Rhode Island and southeastern Connecticut. We are your neighborhood health center. Let us be your home for health.
We are on. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to 321 Media, broadcasting live in downtown Westerly. This is Man About Town, and the cookies are here. Woo-hoo! And this is always one of our favorite shows. Gee, do you wonder why? But this is not really, it's not all about cookies. Maybe 60-40. Maybe 70-30. Maybe we'll have the box open pretty soon like we do when Bill is here with the popcorn. Anyway, welcome to Man About Town. And today we have, as we've had for, God, a lot of years. Yeah, Ginger Lallo, you are the COO of the Southeast. Let me see if I can do it without looking. The Girl Scouts of Southeastern New England.
That's it, yes.
And I know we'll go through all the different areas, plus over the river into Connecticut. I remember that.
Right.
And with her is Morgan Sowers, who is a troop leader, 2 troops, right?
2 troops, absolutely.
In South Kingstown. And for those of you who aren't familiar and aren't listening from a place near Rhode Island, South Kingstown's up the road. It's between here and Newport. Maybe we'll give them a frame of reference. But we are here to talk about Girl Scouts as well as the cookies. But let's talk about the elephant in the room first. You started telling me off the air that you started this year taking orders before Christmas, right?
Right. So girls are able to take orders digitally and using the order card. So people are familiar, you know, the old school, take orders on the card.
That's what I remember.
Order form in December. So if you're going to see friends and family over the holidays, kids are on school break, they have a little extra time, so they could send orders out or requests for orders out to friends and family. And it's gotten pretty advanced in the technology world where they can create their own videos and send those out to potential customers. And then we started delivering.
That's where they must have you guys beat. Young people.
Yes.
Like, I mean, they know how to do the videos and how to make everything and do everything.
So intuitive,
you got to give them the sales tools, but they know that stuff.
Right. Absolutely. Yes. And we started delivering cookies to our communities January 17th, and we delivered 32,000 cases of cookies locally that first weekend, and reorders are brisk, and we've gotten reorders even after that initial push just this week.
Do you know what this woman just said? Let's go back for a minute. This is a very small piece of geography.
Yes.
It's Rhode Island. You have a little bit of Massachusetts,
13
right?
communities in Massachusetts and Pawcatuck, Connecticut.
Which is right over there. For those of you who say they can see through our windows that are watching us, you can walk to Pawcatuck, Connecticut.
Right. So when we say 32,000 cases,
that's incredible.
It's 384,000 packages of cookies here locally. And since then, we've gotten orders for about another 25,000 packages just since then. So it's going to keep going. That means customers are out there supporting the Girl Scouts locally. I think, you know, you've seen it in your community, and it's just early in the season.
Yeah, we're already done with our initial order of 200 cases just in our little troop alone. So we've already.
Now, how big is your troop? Or you have 2
So
troops?
I have 2 troops, and they're very different troops. Oddly enough, I have a juniors troop, which is all 4th graders. And that's 17 of them, which is a lot of enthusiasm.
So that's about 9. They're about 9 years old. Average.
They are. They're all turning 10 right now. So there's lots of birthday parties and lots of excitement.
Do they have cookies at the party as opposed to cakes?
No, but we should suggest that.
Yes, you should.
And then I also have a cadet troop, which is a middle school troop. And all of my cadets are 6th graders. And I only have 6 of them. So my troops
That's because they got all
different.
those hormones flying around.
Oh, no, they're so great at this age. They can truly run the world if we gave them the keys to it. They're phenomenal.
Oh, we could use it
Yes.
right now. Absolutely. So do you teach them differently, or are the tenets of selling pretty much the same?
Oh, so it's different with the older girls because they are really so Girl Scouts is all girl led, right? That's the whole spine that's the philosophy for all of it. And by the time they're in 6th grade, they've got solid math skills, they've got solid public speaking skills, they've got solid inventory management skills, they've got solid.
Wow.
They all know how to use everything on tech, right? They can email whoever they want. They can.
That's more than a lot of adults,
right?
What you're saying.
This is why I'm saying we should really give the keys to the world to 6th grade girls. They're incredible. But so they do the majority of it on their own.
Wow.
The 4th graders are starting to take ownership of all of that, but they still require quite a lot of just supervision. I wouldn't say management, but just
Some
eyes on.
guidance.
Eyes on.
Wow. All right. So let's talk about, I know you don't have all the cookies here that you have this year, but let's see. Gadget, did you put your box of cookies away?
Mine is over here.
Okay. So you've got the ones with peanut butter.
I look terrible today, but
Nobody cares. They want to see the cookies.
all right. We have tag along. Is that the
In a different bakery, they're taglongs, but
Yeah.
here they're peanut
peanut
butter
butter
patties.
No, let's talk about this. What happened?
No,
What do you
there's-
mean?
There's 2 bakers.
There's 2 different bakeries
So
for Girl Scout cookies.
it's
We
the
have
same.
not tag alongs.
Yes.
Yep.
But it's the same thing.
Same
It is
thing.
the same
It's
thing.
just
It just
called-
depends on where they're
yes.
sourced
Which
in the
baker
country.
they're coming from? Which baker?
That's why you hear the conversation about caramel delights and Samoas.
Oh, okay.
That's-
I thought they changed the name.
No,
Nope.
it's the
Thin mints are
always thin mints.
trefoils
Yes.
are always trefoils.
Yeah.
I don't
And
know
then,
why.
yeah.
Those
So
are-
is it our area that determines our bakery?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so
Yeah.
it's almost like local products because we have our own bakery. So shop local.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, your Girl Scouts are all the troops you're purchasing from are directly in your town because we're not allowed to sell sort of outside of our region. So you are 100% supporting the youth in your community when you purchase a Girl Scout cookie.
All
So
the
when-
money remains local.
Yep.
Yes.
That's great. And it's local to their troops, right?
To our troop and to our council.
Good. Very good. Okay, so we didn't cover all the cookies you have this year. What are all the varieties?
So, everyone's, tried and true. Thin mints, the caramel delights.
Look, she doesn't even a cheat sheet.
The,
That's how you got to be COO.
No, I haven't gone through the whole list yet, so I may. Peanut butter patties, the trefoils, peanut butter sandwiches, lemonades, adventurefuls, which is fairly new to the lineup.
What's that?
It's a brownie.
Salted
cooked
caramel
salted
brownie.
with a salted caramel brownie, and they're great if you put them in the
They are so
microwave for
good.
about
Oh, salted.
3
It
or
sounded
5
like you
seconds.
said assaulted. I'm saying somebody beats the brownies.
No, we're a peaceful community.
Yeah. And let's see, and then toastier,
Yeah,
which
we had those here.
which this is the last year, and they it's a French toast inspired cookie. It's the last year, so every
What are you actually doing to me right now?
every few years we introduce a new cookie to the lineup. So toastier, this is the last year. So if it's anyone's favorite cookie, stock up and throw them in your freezer.
These are the lemonades.
Lemonades, those are also great cookies. So we have
Excellent
eight standard, and then we also have a gluten-free, which
Now,
we've been offering for the last few years.
Why are they stopping the toastiers? Is it because they just want to rotate something new in?
Yeah.
Because I thought those were big sellers.
No, so they're the top 5 are the tried and true.
Never
That-
get
that-
rid of Thin Mints.
We're never getting rid of Thin Mints. But the toastier, it's just every several years they like to introduce a new cookie. So next year they'll be introducing one nationally. So from both bakers. So that will be one that'll be consistent
Do
across
the
all
bakers
councils.
have to agree? Do they have like a meeting of bakers and candlestick makers? And
It has to all be approved from Girl Scouts
Yeah, no,
USA's.
Do
Do
we
we
have
the
any-
contract order?
do we have any like insight
Say?
on what's going in next?
to next year's? Someone knows. I do not. And I'm usually the first to know in the council.
Okay.
So they haven't released that yet. So we'll be
It's always a
Can
big
you
reveal
call
situation.
in when they do?
we'll let you know as soon as we hear.
Do they survey people to find out Well, obviously they know which brands sell best. People keep decent records, so they
Right.
know. But do they survey people to find out, like, hey, why don't we have something with cinnamon and sugar? Why
Yes.
don't we have
Mhm.
something with more chocolate?
That's how we
Yeah.
wound up with the gluten-free cookies.
Right.
Is they did
That's
a survey,
Such a high
an interest
demand.
survey, and we
then
wound up with those.
look at what else is happening in the food industry. So what else is popular? What's selling? A few years ago, we had some single serve packs, so almost like little smaller packages within the box of Girl Scout cookies that you could take as a snack on the go. So that was
That's
a
smart
trend.
idea.
That was a trend at the time. So so they look at what's happening in the marketplace.
Now
and
people
try to
take
go
the
with
whole
that.
box on the
Well,
go
the whole
and eat
sleeve.
the
The
whole
whole
box.
Yes, the whole
sleeve
sleeve.
is pretty much.
No,
a
I mean the
serving.
whole box.
Yeah.
I mean, I've talked to guys, especially, they'll say, oh, I can go through a whole box of
Yeah.
Thin Mints
Mhm.
watching TV
Yeah.
or whatever.
Ate them like potato chips.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So tell us what's new in the Girl Scout world. I realize cookies are front and center right now, but I'm always interested to find out what else you're doing because people don't know. I've always said, stop people out there and say Girl Scout, and they'll say cookies.
Right.
Right.
And they won't know about the programs and the Gold Award and all those other things in the camps that you have. So tell us what's happening.
So we have programs running in a whole variety of areas throughout the year. So our council runs over 250 individual programs that we offer for our youth, and you may be able to jump in on some that your troops may have attended, but in every area from STEM to life skills, which includes healthy living and
We have a big
Gosh.
STEAM
Right.
and tech push, engineering push
Right.
with girls right now.
Do the girls decide what they want? I mean, if you have
Absolutely.
a troop that says, we're not really into STEM or STEAM, we'd rather talk about something else or get into
Yeah.
something else, you
Sure.
can do
You
that.
absolutely see troops that have sort of their interest profile. I know
Travel.
troops that are very big outdoorsy. So everything they do Trek, which is this competition of outdoor skills that happens in the fall. No, it happens Mother's Day weekend, I think. They do my cadet troop is programming only. We don't hold regular meetings. They just go to council programming, and they are huge on anything that's theater or arts. So they just went to PPAC for a wonderful tour through the Girl Scouts and got to perform, do the whole backstage. They did a program with Trinity Repertory Theater where they got to write their own scenes. So you really kind of ask your girl, it's girl led. So you ask your girls what they're interested in. And then believe me, GSS&E is delivering programming to suit anything, really.
We
Which
just
is
talked,
great.
before we went on the air about a program that I've worked with local TV stations in recent years. And one of our favorite local supporters, who's a local newscaster. And we've done TV tours at the station, and the girls get to watch them actually do the news, do the weather, speak with the different people in their roles there, and practice out working at the green screen and doing weather, weather.
Getting on their
forecasting.
mark and delivering their prompters.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's a whole different thing when you're actually at the station and you see what they have as opposed to watching it on TV.
Yeah.
Right.
It's completely
And that's
different.
that's been a popular program that we've run.
That's wonderful. Ages. They start at brownies or is there some
Daisies.
Daisy?
So it goes all the way through Girl Scouts. It's divided by grade level versus age. That way we keep girls sort of cohorted together as they move through school. Starts in kindergarten, starts in kindergarten with daisies, moves all the way through high school with your seniors, your ambassadors.
Yeah.
So yeah, you name the age, there is something for them.
Which is terrific.
It really, truly is.
We actually had a group last year of older Girl Scouts that I worked with, and I was actually fortunate to be able to interview some that applied, and we sent girls to the United Nations Commission on the Status of Women, and we were only one of 4 Girl Scout councils throughout the country. Out of 112 councils, our Southeastern New England was one of 4, and we got to send 4 girls as delegates to the United Nations.
Yay for you.
What an amazing
How did you
opportunity.
qualify for that?
We sent in an application for the council and pled our case, but why we thought we should be chosen, and we were accepted. And then we
How
had an
is that
interview.
paid for? Is it a grant writing program?
Right. Yes.
It
yeah.
is.
And so we
Cookie money.
Cookie
yeah,
money.
Purchase
Yeah.
cookies.
That's also the kind of thing that people, wonder where the cookie money goes. That's where. So the troops get money for their troops. We also used money from cookies to provide financial aid for uniforms or memberships, because we want every girl who wants to be able to join Girl Scouts,
engage.
regardless of their financial situation, to be able to be a part of Girl Scouts. And then these amazing opportunities like the United Nations. Where would anyone,
Wow.
and these young women were amazing. And that's a life-changing opportunity
It
for
sure
a
is.
17 or 18-year-old young woman.
It sure is, to sit there in I think it's in the General Assembly, not the Secretariat, where you sit there, you put the headphones on, and whoever's speaking, you can translate it into whatever language.
Right.
Yeah, you just dial it. I remember the first time I went, I thought I was just blown away by that. And that's great. Now that's a one-day thing for the
They were there
girls?
for a week.
A week? Wow. Hotels in New York aren't cheap.
Right. Meals,
Whoa.
hotels, transportation.
Yeah.
So it was a great, great opportunity for these young girls.
Now, how were they actually chosen? They were chosen by the application?
So
But I mean, within their own troop, you said 4 of them went. Were there more than 4 in the group?
so we had individual girls applied.
I see.
And so there was an application process. We had questions. And then I was actually fortunate enough to be on the interview team. And so they were all amazing. And it was such a difficult, decision to make. But So
So
it
did
was
you
great.
get to go with them?
Unfortunately, I did not. But some of my colleagues did. I was disappointed that I did not.
They
but
left you home. Did they bring you like a little Statue of Liberty?
I got a pin from the United Nations.
Not a patch. It would have been very Girl Scout to get a patch.
So it's like my coworkers went to the UN and all I got was this lousy pin, right?
So we get comments as the show is happening now. We have a comment all the way from Washington that says Samoas. I don't know what the question is, Bill, but I think you're asking what
Cookies.
they are. They're cookies, and they're like a shortbread cookie with caramel, chocolate drizzled.
And
It's
coconut.
and
They're the
coconut.
twin to the Caramel Delight.
Yeah.
So they're not around this year?
They are.
They
It's
are.
just,
Just
they
the
are.
different bakery.
Yeah.
The different bakeries.
so.
So it could be way out in Washington State. They might be getting cookies from that other bakery.
Or as close as Connecticut, except Pawcatuck uses, is in a contract with the other baker. So it's really split around the country.
He
And
has a
it's
great
about
idea,
50-50.
Because everybody saw Roxy the radio dog today, and he said, "Why no Girl Scout dog biscuits?"
We do.
You do?
We do. So during our
This
fall,
is new to me.
Caller.
No, during
fall.
during our fall, we have a
Yes.
smaller scale fundraiser in the fall where we sell candy, nuts, and magazines. And we partnered with BarkBox the last couple of years.
BarkBox?
BarkBox. And so they had tins of dog biscuits.
Oh, right.
And they also came with a dog squeak toy. So last year's looked like a Girl Scout beret.
Love that.
This year's looked like a marshmallow on a stick.
Isn't that
Squeaky
great?
toy. So we do, but the fall sale isn't as widely known.
Well,
I am there.
but
We're gonna
as-
have like personal numbers now, so you can be like, "Hey, it's that dog biscuit thing."
All right, you ready for your
Absolutely.
BarkBox to place your BarkBox
Yes,
order?
yes, I am.
Well, I've got to ask you right now. You know exactly when you do it. So it's up to you to let me know when you want to come back
Okay,
here.
sure.
And definitely, Roxy could check out the bark boxes. She won't do well with the squeak toys. She has them for about 30 seconds and they're in shreds.
Yeah,
But
Sounds like
the-
she's great at the squeak toy.
yeah,
she wins.
Yeah.
yeah. Absolutely. See, I didn't know that. Well, what a great suggestion we just got.
No, that's great because again, we think everyone knows all of the things that we're doing, but yeah, that's
So the Samoas are also called.
Caramel Delights.
So
Here, Caramel Delights.
out in Washington State, then caller, viewer, texter, it can be either one. So look for that.
Yeah, so it just depends. We have the top 5 cookies that are the standard are the same regardless of the name. So our Thin Mints, our Caramel Delights, which is otherwise known as Samoas, peanut butter patties, which is tag-alongs with the other baker, but the same cookie, trefoils, are both the same. And then
And the look of them and the color that's assigned to them, they're all color coded, is the same, even if the name is different. So if you were traveling and came across a Girl Scout cookie stand and of course purchase cookies from those lovely girls, you wouldn't be confused. You'd be like, oh, it's the red ones I like.
Orange
and you would
box
know.
is the peanut
So
butter sandwich.
the blue ones are going to be
blue ones are trefoil
always
all the
over.
time.
Right.
That's good to know.
Everywhere. Yep.
Very good.
Caramel
to know.
Delight S'mores is purple.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so tell us more things that you thought we knew that we don't know.
Okay. Well,
Or we'll wait till we hear from Washington again.
Seriously, like he's on a roll.
so
Yeah.
tying in a bit with cookies, and I know you've been to this event, Rona, is cookies and cocktails,
Yes.
which
Been a
is
few
one of my
times.
favorite events. And we started that in 2017 to tie in with the 100th anniversary of Girl Scouts selling cookies, because that's how long the cookie program has been around, helping fund Girl Scout activities. But we're having it for the second year in a row at Farm Fresh in Providence. And we partner with local restaurants and other establishments, but who create cookie-themed desserts using Girl
cocktails.
Scout cookies and also cookie-themed cocktails. So it's exactly as the name implies.
It's delicious.
Cookies and cocktails. It's a great event. Tickets are on sale now. Mario Hilario, who's one of my dear friends who's supported us in so many ways over the years, is once again going to be our MC. So those of you who don't know Mario, he's a local NBC broadcaster, and he serves on the board of directors at Girl Scouts.
And is known for eating. He loves to eat.
Yes. So,
And this event has some of the best silent auction items that I've ever seen at a function. So
I love silent
it's a good time.
things.
yeah. So
Remember that.
That event's on March 6th. So the information would be on our website.
It's a Thursday,
It's a
right?
Thursday
it's always
night.
It's always on a
evening.
Thursday.
Yeah. And so it's on our website. Tickets are on sale, gssne.org. So if anyone would like to purchase tickets, just go online and see what it's about. We have photos from past year's events. We have great restaurants participating.
And it's more than just cookies and cocktails. You feed people.
we have regular food too.
Yes,
So,
real food.
gssne.com.
.org. Yes. So gssne.org has information on that event, on cookies, and then all of the other things that, we have been talking about or will be, in the rest of this broadcast.
Being that you are sitting in downtown Westerly, Rhode Island, why don't you talk about that wonderful Girl Scout that you have, that gray-haired Girl Scout with all the spirit in the world who lives right here?
So many local Westerly residents will know my good friend Betty Cugini.
I love her.
And Betty has been involved in our Girl Scout Council for over 50 years. She was volunteered and she was our board chair. She was on our board of directors, and she continues to serve on our board and is really super supportive.
And she is age-wise?
Oh, I think Betty's 95.
Yeah.
Yes.
And for those of you who know Betty Jo Cugini, it's her mom. But Betty Cugini is one heck of a great broad in her own right.
And she's been
and
involved
she's
in,
there all the time.
Yes, she's still attending board meetings and finance meetings, and calls me once in a while at my office, just to let me know some things that are happening or bring things to my attention. So we love Betty. She's super, super supportive of Girl
Does she know
Scouts.
that you're on today?
I did not share that.
Oh,
I'm
that's
on
too
today.
bad. We should have let
Probably.
her know.
Okay.
Did you?
Okay, yeah.
We're talking about your mom.
Yeah, I literally
Okay.
just texted. We're talking about
Perfect.
your mom.
Maybe we can get Betty.
Yes.
to
And so
call.
I know Betty has dialed in some of the years we've been here. Sometimes I'm a little intimidated. You have a caller, and I'm like, oh no, what are they going to ask me?
Friend or foe.
Yes, and it's
I
Betty.
think the only question I would be worried about is Girl Scout cookies made with real Girl Scouts.
Made with
Okay.
real Girl Scout enthusiasm?
There
Does
you
that
go.
count?
That's it. Yes.
She must be such an inspiration to Girl Scouts to meet Betty Cugini
Oh yes.
and realize she's been a Girl Scout since she was a little girl.
Right. And
And
Betty,
she's not a little girl
yeah,
anymore.
And Betty currently serves on our museum committee, so we have great historic Girl Scout memorabilia. And the
Mhm.
museum committee meets monthly at Camp Hoffman, which we can talk about that in a
Right.
bit. But they meet, and when we get donations of Girl Scout old books or uniforms. If anyone has any out there that they want to donate to council, we love getting that. And Betty and a group of volunteers help log in and all of the items, so we can keep track of all this wonderful memorabilia, over 100-year-old Girl Scout memorabilia.
Before we take a break, you touched on it earlier, but I'd like to mention it again because I think it's so important. There may be people watching this, listening, and they say, boy, I'd love to get my kid in this, or my grandchild, or my good friend, but money's really tight now, tighter than ever.
Not an obstacle ever. And
no, I know that, but I want you to talk about how that's
GSSNE.org, that website. You go on it, and there's a wonderful link called Find a Troop, and it helps you find all the troops that are in your area. But there's also a link on there as if you need financial assistance, and I have to say the most responsive customer service I've ever dealt with is the customer care at GSSNE, and they will get right back to you. They never want any girl excluded. It is all about getting them involved and moving forward. So there is full opportunities. Also, many troops, not all of them, but many troops, the first thing we do with our cookie money is pay our girls' membership dues. So our troop is an entirely fee-free troop.
Wow.
So we don't have anybody on scholarship, but the first thing we do is pay for them to be Girl Scouts, so that none of our parents have to worry about it at all.
And the girls are aware of this, right?
And they're so proud of themselves because they paid their own membership.
Yeah.
So proud of it.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. So again, and the cookies are $6 a box.
Yeah.
So when you folks this year say $6 for a box of cookies,
that actually hasn't changed for a while now. Right?
Yes, it just changed.
Everyone else changed last year, and GSSNE kept it at $5, and they just
Anyway,
couldn't block it again.
As I was saying, go to the grocery store and see what they're getting for a box of cookies. And that money goes right in the coffers of that particular grocery store. Whereas here, you are getting young girls who are preparing for womanhood, for business, for careers. And we're going to talk all about that when we come back. But right now, we're going to go to our local folks because they make this possible as well. We'll be back with Man About Town on 321 Media in downtown Westerly very shortly.
Experience local excellence with Roof Right Roofing in Charlestown, Rhode Island. With over 40 years of unmatched expertise, Roof Right specializes in architectural shingles and holds the prestigious title of GAF Master Elite Installers. Known for their commitment to the community and support for local initiatives, Roof Right is your trusted partner for all of your home's roofing needs. Call today for a free estimate at 401-212-4140.
Hi, this is Dan from Lathrop Insurance. In this challenging insurance environment, Lathrop Insurance can be your beacon in the storm to help you find the coverage you need at the right price. Now, more than ever, you need a partner in the insurance industry that can work with multiple carriers to make sure you have the right coverage at the right price. Lathrop Insurance carries home, auto, and business insurance and can be reached at 401-596-2525. We've been supporting the local community since 1939. And we look forward to working with you.
What's going on, everybody? It's Patrick down here at the Wireless Zone at Dunn's Corners at 224 Post Road, and everybody down here is getting the brand new iPhone 16. We have it here in stock. The best part is, right now, if you trade in your old phone, you get it for free. We got deals all weekend, awesome savings. Come on down and see us, 224 Post Road, Dunn's Corners, Verizon Wireless Zone. We'll see you soon.
D&V Mechanical specializes in the installation, maintenance, and servicing of Mitsubishi ductless mini-split heat pump systems. We are certified by Mitsubishi as Diamond Elite Contractors and factory trained and up to date on the proper procedure of the installation and service of Mitsubishi ductless heating and air conditioning ductless heat pumps. We assist with the paperwork to reduce much of the stress-related documentation required to get the state rebates and federal tax incentives. We are not a jack-of-all-trades, master-of-nothing company. We are masters of ductless heat pumps. It's what we do, and it's what we know.
No peanuts. I don't like peanuts.
I think you're on.
You think I'm on?
I broke it. Now you're
Oh.
on. Yeah.
Okay. The professional producer tells me I'm on. Okay, so welcome back to Man About Town from 321 Media in downtown Westerly with professional producer DJ Gadget,
I do stuff.
Roxy the radio dog, Ben Barber, who owns the whole thing, and our buddies from Girl Scouts, Morgan Sowers from South Kingstown, and Ginger Lallo, the COO, the lady who knows where all the bodies are buried, right? Or all the cookies
All
are
the
buried.
cookies.
I was gonna say where all the cookies.
Where are the cookies?
Are all the cookies in your office?
No, but I
they're
have
in a
a lot.
giant warehouse.
Yeah, no. So we partner.
I mean,
with
I know exactly where your office is. Right by
We
the
have a
Shalom
lot.
Towers.
We have a lot there in the office, but no, we partner. There's a local moving and storage company who helps us by storing, delivering,
Wow.
and helping with that process because it's a lot of logistics moving
I would think
500,000 boxes of cookies or more
All over
throughout
the
the
state.
cookie season. So it's a lot of
So when you
logistics.
have a troop like you have Morgan's troops down here in South Kingstown, or you have a troop in Cumberland, you know, how do the cookies get there? Do the leaders come down and pick them up, or do these people that you just talked about, are they delivering?
It's a combination. So we have trucks that leave the warehouse. So we have a master schedule that we put together when we do every week. But that first push is a big logistics puzzle, right? So we deliver in some to the communities. So in the case of Morgan's, we deliver to Camp Hoffman.
They do deliver to Camp Hoffman. So my troop is a part of like a neighborhood of troops called South Gansett Service Unit. And so every service unit has a cookie manager. And it's a volunteer position. Ours is Janet, and she's just a gift to all of us.
Yeah.
And that person for every service unit is the one who makes sure our orders are in, arranges our delivery through to Camp Hoffman. And we're talking about the massive delivery.
That's
These are
a lot of
semi trucks.
Well, they work with us because we
Yeah.
work directly with
Yep.
the delivery agent.
And so they
Wow.
deliver to us, and then Janet and a team of volunteers separate out all of those cookies into giant piles within the mess hall at Camp
Yeah.
Hoffman. And then we all get delivery slots, and some troops have to rent like moving vans to get all their cookies. We just get, actually this year, our order was so big, ours got delivered directly to us.
I think I remember that.
Yeah, that's us. So yeah, it's a big thing with a lot of semi trucks
When the
involved.
cookies first come in,
Yep.
do the girls excitedly say, "Can we please open a box or two and try?"
Oh my gosh,
them?"
the first cookie sold at every cookie booth is some little girl who brought $5, $6 now with her and bought the cookie because they are, So the first cookies are always them buying their own cookies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is
They're
great.
super stoked.
Of course they are. And that's great because that enthusiasm is what carries this.
And we're not mean. We don't make, like, we offer to buy them, but no, they want to buy their own cookies.
Yeah.
They're very proud of themselves since they want to
That's great.
have their cookies.
We talked off the air when we took our break about Camp Hoffman. Explain to our listeners, our streamers, our viewers, and all the ships at sea about where it is, what it is, who can go there, who can't go there.
Camp Hoffman is one of the oldest Girl Scout camps still in operation in the country. It's over 100 years old. I believe 160 acres. It's in West Kingston.
On
Right
Lark-
near
on
URI.
Larkin Pond.
Right. And we have many programs throughout the year. So not just summer camp that everyone, thinks about Girl Scout summer camp, which is awesome. And we sell out many of the slots for summer camp, and Cookies helps pay for the girls to go to summer camp also. So they get credit from every package to offset their bill for summer camp. But we also have programs. You mentioned Trek.
So we have Trek, which is an outdoor competition between Girl Scout troops for outdoor survival skills, keeping fire lit for 24 hours, primitive camping, which is what Girl Scouts call it when you're not like in a platform tent or in a cabin. All those skills, those traditional scouty skills that you think of, orienteering and compass use. But then there's also archery is out there. There's an axe throwing.
Axe throwing.
Alley, I guess. I'm not sure what you call it.
Range,
There's a
yes.
ropes course. What other amazing fun things? There's all sorts of wooden sort of team building things where they sort of have to work together to balance platforms or to get everybody across without getting their feet down. There's a wonderful Girl Scout tradition at Camp Hoffman called Road Runner. That's a physical challenge that they do in the morning when they wake up. There is everything. And then also you just have Girl Scout troops there every weekend working on their skills or camping and that happens all year round. Camp Hoffman, of course, we can camp in platform tents and cabins, but they also have a couple of heated, weatherized properties that we use year round. So my junior troop camped on December 14th and we were happy as can be.
And you were there overnight?
Yep.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I don't think people know that.
Nope.
You also mentioned during the break about people coming from around the country or other places. You don't have to be a scout to go to camp there.
No, Girl Scout summer camp at Camp Hoffman is open to girls from anywhere. You do not need to be a Girl Scout. You also don't need to be a GSS&E Girl Scout. You can come from wherever. And they have programs for all ages from 5 years old.
You don't demographically have to be a girl.
No,
you can be a mature girl.
Yeah. Oh, yes, absolutely. Well, so those programs get different. My sixth grader is sort of aging out of regular, typical day camps. So she is moving on to the teen expedition camps that are based out of Rocky Farm, where they actually travel. They report to Rocky Farm in Newport. They plan their meals. I believe they go shopping and they get in a van and off they go to either New Hampshire or the Berkshires, depending on which camp you sign up for. So they really will meet you wherever you're at and whatever level of challenge you're ready for.
Girl Scouts have always been that way, no matter what the program is.
Yep.
They meet you where you're at.
Day
and
camp
what you're
overnight.
interested
And
in.
they want to challenge you. They want to show you that you can do these things, but it's very exciting.
Speaking of challenge, this is a good time to mention, we mention it every year, but we have different listeners too. People know scouting, Boy Scouts, they know Eagle Scouts. I don't think too many people are aware of the Gold Award, that there is something comparable. So speak to us.
So we try to instill from the beginning when girls first join Girl Scouts, community service and learning to give back to the community that the girls live in. So the progression starts with bronze, silver, and gold. So bronze award is done as the lower awards are done as a group activity. And then the pinnacle is the gold award, which is an individual award. And there's an application process. So a Girl Scout finds something that she's passionate about in her community where she can leave a lasting impact. So there's a committee that the girls apply their project ideas to, and they have a mentor that helps them through the process. And it's pretty rigorous. And so I know many people have heard of Eagle Scout. And
takes years too.
Yeah, yes. There's a lot of hours that go into this, and it's pretty rigorous, and it goes through the committee, and they make sure that it's, not just a slam dunk, easy thing to do. And the girls are really committed to, giving back to their own community. So there's been just a whole host of projects depending on what the Girl Scouts passionate about. And we're really proud of some of the projects that these young women have accomplished.
They choose their own project.
They choose their own project.
They design it.
They design,
not just choose it. They have to design it.
Right.
South Kingston Gold Award, and I'm sorry that I don't know the girl's name, that came out of South Kingstown is actually now a statewide drive that happens in the fall. It's called Project Undercover, and it happens statewide, and it's not run by Girl Scouts anymore.
The underwear collection.
Absolutely. Yes. That was a Girls Gold Award.
And a
good friend of mine who was a Girl Scout leader and a former cookie volunteer in North Kingstown is now the executive director of Project Undercover.
Yeah. The goal of a Gold Award is that it can be sustainable and ongoing, even once you're done, that you design something that lasts. And I think that's our probably most famous one. And it has lasted.
It's longer than I've been at
Anna
the council.
Kelly.
She deserves the credit.
Yes.
Anna Kelly.
Anna Kelly.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Very good. Wow. We have about 18 minutes left. There's a lot more to Girl Scouts than 18 minutes. So what would you like to talk about again? I want people to know, if they've just tuned in, that if you're saying, I didn't know the cookies were out, I haven't seen them, the weather's been bad, where do I get them? They can go online,
Yes.
can't they?
Yeah.
So if you live in North Scituate or Wyoming, Rhode Island, or some odd little place, you can still find them near you.
we have a wonderful resource on our website. Again, it's gssne.org, and it's called the Cookie Booth Finder. So all someone has to do is enter in their zip code.
Right.
And it allows you to enter in how many miles you're willing to travel to find the Girl Scout cookies. And it will list booths in your area. So if I'm in East Greenwich and I'm willing to travel 20 miles and I plug that in, it will show me all of the cookie booths and the dates and what troops will be there, so that, if you don't know a Girl Scout, that's no excuse to not be able to support the local Girl Scout troops in your community selling cookies.
That's terrific.
Yeah.
So the girls aren't going door to door anymore with those little cards filling, unless they know you.
They
right?
can, yes. And what my sister, who lives in North Kingstown, I thought this was fabulous. One of the Girl Scouts in her neighborhood created her QR code and left it in all of the mailboxes. And my sister was able to place, she had a note with it, my name is so-and-so, the QR code, and my sister was able to place her order, pay for it online, and the Girl Scout delivered it back to my sister's doorstep, wrapped up, thank you for supporting.
Wow.
So I thought that was a pretty creative way. And I think lots of our Girl Scouts are doing that now. But to be able to, go door to door without, knocking on doors of someone you may not know. But my sister was thrilled, even though she knows I can always find a Girl Scout for her to buy cookies from.
Oh, I'm
They're
sure you
all
can.
so savvy these days with how they do it.
Which is great. Now, you've got some little kids.
I mean, have younger.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they're not babies, but they're fourth graders. Where do you start to teach them about business, about approaching people, about inventory, all these different things that go into it?
So this troop has existed since these girls were in first grade. Sorry. So this is not their first cookie rodeo. And we started that first year. They had to manage their inventory. They can count boxes of cookies. They could do simple subtraction. So they had to manage their inventory. And we also, each girl, they're at that age level, there's a badge for doing your cookie pitch to a grown up who's not like your mom or your dad. So at booths,
elevator speech.
Yeah, that's exactly. You have a pitch,
cookie speech in the elevator.
So we had all of them at cookie booths have an opportunity to do the pitch, and some of them were super enthusiastic, and some of them it definitely was, okay, this is my challenge this year, and then they got the little pin for that. So it really is scaffolded. It starts off with those simple skills. The price change. I know everybody's just talking about how, they're $1 more, but I feel so sad for those 5-year-olds because they knew how to count by 5s, but now they can't count by 6s. So I don't know what they're going to do because they were so successful with the counting by 5s. They're going to learn how to read a chart. I'm sure is what they're going to do. But all those skills are scaffolded. So we start from day one and they get to choose what they do with that money. And they're very motivated by that because I get to go kind of wherever, if the group agrees, we get to go to see a play. We get to go to a water park. We get to go to Boston. They're very motivated.
More than a couple of years ago when we were in the first old studio, the one all the way down the driveway.
Yes, I remember that.
And there were girls with you talking about taking trips overseas.
Yep.
Yes.
Going to Canada, going to Europe. And it's hard to believe that buying boxes of cookies can get you there.
We had a Girl Scout troop this summer who they just graduated, so they're off to college this year, and I've known them because I've been at Girl Scouts for 20 years. Their troop went to Thailand this year, all funded by cookie sales, and they were out there weekend after weekend, and they saved for a number of years. And several years ago, they also did a trip to, I'm trying to remember, Costa Rica. So they were able to fund these amazing opportunities that, they may not have been able to do otherwise.
Do they have Girl Scouts in Thailand? I know there are Girl Scouts around the world, but I just wondered.
I don't know.
That was a fun question out of nowhere.
I don't think they would be Girl Scouts
if they brought boxes of cookies with them.
That's the second time this week someone stumped me on the air. I do know that we have Girl Scouts in Japan.
Yep.
I do know we have Girl Scouts in Europe because I've been at some leadership conferences where I met Girl Scout staff who were running the Girl Scout organizations in Italy. What a nice place to be stationed for Girl Scouts.
Why don't you look that up? Do they have Girl Scouts in Thailand?
Now, we do have Girl Scouts as a member of
Women and Girls WAGs, Women and Girls
right?
Scouts.
And Girl Guides, right? WAGs. And
Girl
so
Guides,
Canada,
that's British.
And yes, and Canada has Girl Scouts. So we have, and they sell cookies, but not the same ones as ours.
Different
Girl
bakers
Scouts in Canada. But so it's a pretty, just a cool thing that they are able to, if they're traveling. A lot of military families get involved in Girl Scouts because that's a constant, that if the family's moving and the girl's been involved in Girl Scouts, that then it's something that, is a nice comfort and constant.
Not one thing they have to give up.
Right.
Like, yes.
So Girl Guides
we're a military family. We started in Virginia and here we are.
Yeah.
Is Girl Guides is Girl Scouts or
Girl Scouts is part of the Girl.
Okay. So Thailand does have
it's part of an overarching.
Yep.
Yeah.
So they have Girl Guides in
They have Girl Guides,
Thailand?
and it looks like there's a history of Girl Scouting in the Philippines. And Scouts and Guides in Thai schools.
It's great.
All right.
Yeah.
That's great.
The Girl Guides Association of Thailand.
Yeah. Every now and then, when it's cookie time, I'll be on my way into a big box store. And there's the little booth set up, and there's usually a mom or a dad out there, or a couple of them. And when there are younger girls, at least I've seen it here, they're embarrassed to say, you want to buy cookies?
They're just shy,
and the fathers will step out and do it. And I don't think they should, because how are they learning?
Yep.
And I assume that's part of their training is, your dad's there to make sure everything's fine, or your mom's there, but it's your business. You have to do it.
And they do. They
Good.
step up. Girls will step up if they're given the opportunities. And I think that's the whole purpose of Girl Scouts.
Right.
If given the opportunity. I think those words are very important, because if mom is always there or dad's always there, as a cushion, an enabler, it's not going to help them. And you just got to do it. And it helps with so much. I mean, it helps public speaking, like you said, business skills. They learn how to make change, right?
Right.
Although they will with the chart.
Yes.
And change in the world.
I think it's bigger than like the specific skill set that they address at anything, whether it's cookies or whether it's rope climbing. I think it's that they learn that they can. You can. It doesn't matter what it is. You're looking down the barrel of something new and you're intimidated and you're shy and you want somebody to step in front of you, but you learn that you can. And so they do. And I think that is the overarching thing. I think that's the joyful part as a leader, when you see them see that they can. The world opens up for them. Their confidence opens up, and they start doing all these things that they didn't think that they could, no matter what it is,
And
whether
I
it's
think
their
they
reading
support
skills.
one another. So you're within a comfortable
Oh my
group,
word.
your Girl Scout troop, and they're comfortable with one another.
They are a pile of puppies who love each other so much.
That is the face of someone who has gotten ganged up on.
They love each other so much. They are a pile of puppies. They love each other so much. And they are, especially with the sixth graders.
Had that in business.
Well, you hear a lot of negative speak about girls, and girls being catty, and girls being mean girls, and you hear all that, and we actually don't see that within our troops.
I was gonna
we see
wait
them
for a
being
second to say that.
Yeah.
I didn't realize what Girl Scouts did for me while I was in Girl Scouts, but now that I'm an adult, and there are moments in life that are very unfair, and my brain automatically goes to, why aren't women supporting each other? Like, that's my go-to is, no, you want your friend to get the promotion. You're not jealous that she got it
Mhm.
because you're like, heck yeah, you're a CEO of a
Mhm.
company or something like that. Heck yeah, you're leading the march.
Slay queen.
Yes.
Like that we-
And so I've always grown up like that, and it kind of made me odd to people.
Mhm.
Like I was not with the catty girls, but I didn't realize what was happening while I was in Girl Scouts. But now that I look back, I'm like, oh
Yeah.
And for so many people, it's just lifelong memberships. I mean, friendships that we have a group that we formed. We're always reaching out and trying to get our alumni. There's, so many women who were Girl Scouts. And
You want somebody older than Betty Cugini? Come on.
we have a troop.
She's the queen.
We started a troop several years ago, Troop 1919, which was when our local Girl Scout Council was founded. And it's a group of alums, all age groups, from the 20-somethings to the 70-something, and they go to activities. They've done community service projects together. We did a hatchet throwing night down at Camp Hoffman. We'll meet out for dinner or go.
But can they still fit in the uniform?
If it's a sash, yes.
That's not a requirement of being part of Troop 1919. But that's
Morgan's good. She has really fast answers,
and that's a great way for alums, to reconnect or re-engage. So if someone was a Girl Scout and wants to get involved, we have that information on our website as well, or just want to connect with people who were Girl Scouts and, just have a fun night out once in a while.
I always think the most important thing when you're here and the people you bring with you are not the cookies or not even the programs. It's the gssne.org. If nothing else gets through, because people can find anything. And again, if you tuned in late, your daughter, your granddaughter, your niece can be a Girl Scout. And if money's a problem, it's not a problem.
But even if time is a problem and you're like, oh, I hear these wonderful programs that are being put together, but I can't commit to a troop. We just don't have that space in our agenda. You can still participate on whatever level works for you. It really is a girl-led, customized experience.
And it's on my honor, I will try. Not on my honor, I will do absolutely everything in the whole wide world.
And it meets all different times, depending upon the troop.
Or doesn't meet. My older girls troop does not have a regular meeting. We're events only.
So if someone says, well, my daughter runs track after school, or she's got, French lessons or this or that, there's a troop for her.
Absolutely. And if there's not, start one. I know that we are all at our limit, right? With what's on our plates right now. And we're all looking at ways to take things off of our plate. The only reason I was not a Girl Scout, I did not have any experience with Girl Scouts. And I'm a leader of 2 troops because my kids wanted Girl Scout troops and there weren't any. So another mom wanted to start one. I said, sure, I'll help. It is the skills that I have learned, because you have to go through trainings to do certain things. They don't just let you take girls into the woods.
Throw you
have
out
to.
there.
And I know how to start a fire from nothing. I know how to cook anything on a fire. I know how to stay warm in freezing cold temperatures while I camp on hay bales. But I didn't used to know any of that. And I feel as a grown-up who just sure, I'll sign up and I'll lead. I feel personally have learned skills that make me feel more confident and more capable. So look into it. And if what you see isn't what you're looking for, then create what you're looking for. The framework is there to support it.
I heard that same conversation 2 years ago when I went to Cookies and Cocktails. I sat at a table and there were 2 women there, and I believe they were sisters. And I also believe they were from East Providence. And they were talking about how they got into it. They'd never been Girl Scouts, but one of them had a daughter who wanted to get into it, and no other mother was out there to be a leader. And then she got her sister involved, and these people were absolutely passionate about it. And I loved listening to them.
It's a great organization. It's not one of those things that you get into and you're like, oh, this is the sausage being made. You get into it and you're like, this is amazing. What else can we do? Sure, I'll join a second troop. It just is. It's a well-run organization.
Yeah. Well, it's well run because you're letting them run it.
Right.
You're meeting them where they are, which you said earlier, and you're letting them run it on their terms. I
Mhm.
mean, I'm sure you still
With
have
support,
things.
with support, lots of support.
Yeah.
Of
So much
course.
support, training support, customer care at gssne.org. I email them. I can't tell you 80 times a week, probably. There's just, they make it fun. I'm not going to say it's easy. They don't make it easy. It's not. It's definitely work, but they make it fun. They make it rewarding, and they make it joyful.
Well, thank you again, Ginger. I know we'll see you next
Thank
year.
you. This is great.
Hopefully in this same place. You've been around Westerly, but we're here to stay at 321 Media. And Ginger Lallo is the Chief Operating Officer of Girl Scouts of Southeastern New England. That's GSSNE.org. You see it on your screen.
Yep.
If you can't remember, I think if you just typed in, if you just Googled Girl
Of
Scouts,
Southeastern New England, or
you
get
to, and you've got a
Mhm.
very good website. It's very easy to navigate, and it's very clear. And I know I like it. I
a
definitely
lot
like.
of great information there, whether it's, if you want your daughter to be part of Girl Scouts, you want to volunteer, you want to support Girl Scouts with a donation, be a sponsor.
That's
We're
true.
always looking for that. Or if someone has a particular area of expertise and you'd like to help in the area of program, we love people to come in who've got a special skill or talent that you'd like to share. We have one of our Girl Scout alums who was a former Miss Rhode Island, Allie Curtis, who's now
I
Director of
remember.
Communication.
Her dad was Channel 6.
Yes, Mark Curtis. And she's now the Director of Communication for the Rhode Island National Guard. So went from beauty pageant, to, the military. And she came in and she said one of her favorite experiences, I saw her a few weeks ago, was doing a brownie program on cybersecurity, and they earned badges in cybersecurity.
Yep.
Great.
Yeah.
We all should.
Yes.
And thank you,
My girls
Megan
just did that at
Sowers.
URI.
Yeah.
Thank you both.
Thank you. This was great.
Let us know when you've got the goods in the fall. Roxy
will.
the radio dog wants to know. We will take a short break. We're going to be back with Lisa Konicki, the head chambermaid of the Ocean Community Chamber. She will be back with us. We haven't seen her in about 3 months.
That's because you
And
call
they
her
got
chambermaid.
They got a lot of programs coming up, everything from walking the streets with chocolate in your mouth to trash, wearing trash.
I love it.
You'll find out about it. Happy Lunar New Year
Mhm.
to those who celebrate. It is the year of the snake. So slither somewhere, buy Girl Scout cookies, and we'll be back right after this.
Experience local excellence with Roof Right Roofing in Charlestown, Rhode Island. With over 40 years of unmatched expertise, Roof Right specializes in architectural shingles and holds the prestigious title of GAF Master Elite Installers. Known for their commitment to the community and support for local initiatives, Roof Right is your trusted partner for all of your home's roofing needs. Call today for a free estimate at 401-212-4140.
Hi, this is Dan from Lathrop Insurance. In this challenging insurance environment, Lathrop Insurance can be your beacon in the storm to help you find the coverage you need at the right price. Now, more than ever, you need a partner in the insurance industry that can work with multiple carriers to make sure you have the right coverage at the right price. Lathrop Insurance carries home, auto, and business insurance and can be reached at 401-596-2525. We've been supporting the local community since 1939, and we look forward to working with you.
What's going on, everybody? It's Patrick down here at the Wireless Zone at Dunn's Corners at 224 Post Road, and everybody down here is getting the brand new iPhone 16. We have it here in stock. The best part is right now, if you trade in your old phone, you get it for free. We got deals all weekend, awesome savings. Come on down and see us, 224 Post Road, Dunn's Corners, Verizon Wireless Zone. We'll see you soon.
D&V Mechanical specializes in the installation, maintenance, and servicing of Mitsubishi ductless mini-split heat pump systems. We are certified by Mitsubishi as Diamond Elite Contractors and factory trained and up to date on the proper procedure of the installation and service of Mitsubishi ductless heating and air conditioning ductless heat pumps. We assist with the paperwork to reduce much of the stress-related documentation required to get the state rebates and federal tax incentives. We are not a jack-of-all-trades, master-of-nothing company. We are masters of ductless heat pumps. It's what we do, and it's what we know.
Wood River Health is my home for health.
Wood River Health is a one-stop shop for primary medical care, dental care, behavioral health, and social services. We care for the members of our community because they are our community. I'm Allison Croak, President and CEO of Wood River Health. Since 1976, our health center has provided high-quality, affordable health care to residents of Rhode Island and southeastern Connecticut. We are your neighborhood health center. Let us be your home for health.
Years,
Grab that special someone and come dance the night away this Valentine's Day with the Knickerbocker All-Stars live at the Nick. It'll be a night you'll remember forever, dancing to the music that you can never forget. Get your tickets for the Valentine's Day swing dance at the Nick today at nickmusic.com.
We are back, and we're back with an old friend that we haven't seen in so long.
Old friend?
Yes.
You mean a friend that you've known for a long time?
Right, an old friend.
Old friend.
No.
I'm contemplating that.
No, old friend. We have had the chamber on, but we had Grace on and we had Maria on. And then they had the audacity to have Christmas on a Wednesday and New Year's on a Wednesday. And
so Man About Town got a break
time.
from me, which is,
It's
A-okay.
been a long time.
Well,
old
I've
friend.
missed you, Rona. I've missed you.
Oh, I bet.
I have. Definitely. We always have
Okay.
fun.
So it's all your show. Tell us what I know. I said before you came in that we were coming to speak with Lisa Konicki, and she's going to tell us all about walking around town eating chocolate and wearing trash.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's definitely part of it. So, yeah, the first thing that's right around the corner is the chocolate stroll, and the downtown businesses love it. It's February 6th, and different shops downtown, retail stores, restaurants, they put out some little chocolate delicacy.
And they're not even candy stores, a lot of them.
Oh, gosh,
Or-
no. So
because I saw the list.
No, it's all over the place. So, for example, Vesta Bakery is not open at night, so they'll make amazing chocolate somethings, and then one of the small businesses downtown will distribute it from their location. Hauser Chocolates will have chocolates from somebody's
wonderful
location. The restaurants will have a small version of something that's on their menu or something that's extra special for that night. And I don't necessarily think you will be able to eat it all in one night, because it's like 25, 30 different locations. So how much chocolate? I mean, do you want a bellyache the next day?
Do people get bags when they start out?
So you can BYOB, bring your own bag if you want. Some people bring little Ziploc bags. So let's say you stop at a place and it's a cannoli and you're like, I'm going to throw that in the Ziploc. And then you go to the next place and they serve you a cake with a fork. So you're going to eat the cake with the fork because that doesn't translate well. Or a chocolate martini. You might want to have that one for the road, as opposed to it's not something that you can package up and take with you. So
not easily.
Yeah, not easily. So it's really
so it's a
wide
community
variety.
service to drink that chocolate.
Oh yeah,
martini.
that's this is the toughest time of year for retailers. Seeing their TikToks. Where's the customers? Where is everybody? I went into a restaurant Sunday night. There were only 4 people in it, and this is one of the most popular restaurants in town. And he said, terrible week, and it's always like that this week. People are just now getting their credit card bills from whatever they spent at Christmas.
Yeah.
So there's a little bit of shock and awe going on for some people. And, sometimes it's a little reconciling is going on for yourself. So that's what makes it a perfect time, if you receive chamber gift certificates, to dust them off and go out and still have a nice meal, go to a market, go see a show at the United, whatever it might be, with some of the gifts that you hopefully received at Christmas time, where you're not outputting your own cash. Someone thoughtful, perhaps, purchased something for you. Or maybe you were fortunate enough to get one of those 300 passport books that we produced that flew out.
Did you sell out?
Oh my God. I could have sold another 100 of them.
Wow.
Yeah, they were the hot item.
That's great.
It's great. And I've already used mine at 3 restaurants. And of course, I say to them, am I the first person? They're like, absolutely not. People are coming in. So I used mine at the Knickerbocker last week. on a Sunday night. They had live music. It's always great to be there. And when you go to use it, they stamp it. So you can only use it once because it's a buy one, get one free offer.
Mm-hmm.
And so they just hand wrote, thank you so much for supporting live music, and the peace sign. It was sweet.
Nice.
Then you go to Pooch's and you have your meal there, and they bought a stamp. They stamp it, Pooch's, so you can't use it. You go somewhere else, they just sign their name and the date or whatever. So they're going to fill that box one way or the other. But the key is to get you to get out there and support all of these organizations. And maybe some of them are restaurants you haven't been to in a while.
But you don't have any left.
No. So I'm just saying,
stop selling.
if you got one for a gift or you
Right.
purchased one for yourself because you were thinking ahead, you can eat out for a lot less because.
Well, you said, I
you've
think,
got-
that if they use it at least 3 times, they've more than paid for
I'll
it.
say 4 times. It depends what you order. If you're going to order pasta versus a prime rib, there's a big difference. But
Sure.
we've already paid for ours for sure. And we got a whole lot of dining left to go, as well as some movie theaters and the Connecticut Symphony Orchestra. Now, I know what people are thinking. Because it's sold out, are you going to do it again? Every single time we do something, that's the
Right.
first question. Are you going to do it again? We never say yes and we never say no. What we say is we're going to evaluate the program. At the end of September, we will email all of the members that participated in it. Did it work for you? Did it generate new business? Was it convenient to use? How could we improve upon this? Would you do it again? And if the answer is, would you do it again? Was 300 the right number, or is it 400, or is it 250 or what? So we'll go through that process and we'll use the data to drive.
Do
any
they
decisions.
have forever to use it, or because
One
of
calendar
this?
year?
That was my next
is it.
question. That's
Yeah.
how it should be, because
Yeah, of
then
course.
you can measure it better.
Yep.
Definitely.
So get out there and use them, and I hope to see you out on the dining circuit.
All right. So on this chocolate thing, what do people have to do? Do they buy tickets in advance?
Yes, it'll sell out. So don't wait till the last minute. So go to oceanchamber.org. They're $25, best deal in town. You will not be able to eat it all. So maybe you buy one ticket and you bring a friend and you alternate. You eat this place, I eat the next, or you split it. It's around Valentine's. So maybe you use it as your pre-Valentine stroll. But the one thing I would recommend is that you do not purchase tickets anywhere other than on our website, because what happens is this, and it's happening with theaters, it's happening with every nonprofit event, it's happening. Spammers from God knows where are saying, oh, I bought 2 tickets and now I can't use them.
Yeah.
I just want to sell them at cost. Please contact me, whatever. And
It's
then
happening with the Snoopy thing.
Unsuspecting individuals think, oh, great, I'm going to buy them at cost, or maybe save $5. And then you Venmo or somehow purchase these supposed tickets that this supposed person has for you. And guess what? They don't have tickets. You just sent them the money. And now you're like, where's my tickets? And you never get them. And then you call the chamber and go, but I want my ticket. I don't have tickets for you. You know who has your tickets? The person you gave your money to, which was not us.
Right.
So please buy them from us. If you are a real human being that buys tickets and you get sick or there's a family emergency and you cannot go, call us up and I'll do my darndest to resell them for you. So if somebody calls me when it's sold out, I'll say, you know what, it was sold out, but this person over here has to, we're the trusted organization. It's our event. And if I can sell your tickets for you, you can exchange the money, the 2 of you, without me having anything to do with it. I will make that connection. But don't just respond to some social media ad. You'll
Right.
regret it. You will regret it. So yes, eat salads for the next week so that you can load up on your calories at the chocolate stroll. And then we also have February 12th is going to be our next business after hours. That's going to be the Ocean Community YMCA. So just on the other side of beautiful Wilcox Park. If you haven't been to the Y, I think the new year is always a great time to go visit the Y. It's an ever-changing institution with the latest in technology. They're always adding new programs. They're really expanding their pickleball program, which has already seen tremendous positive response from the community. If you haven't tried pickleball, this is your chance. Bring your sneakers. It's not going to be any charge. You can get in there and give it a shot. A lot of people who, for whatever reason, can't do tennis are finding that pickleball is their sport. So network, have a little nibble, come and meet some friends, do some business, and try pickleball and take a tour of the Y. Maybe they'll even give you like a free trial pass for a day to check out their facility.
Very good.
Love the Y. Wanted to just mention the results of our gift certificate program for 2024. The numbers are in, drum roll. The amount that we sold this year, well, 2024 rather, 232,540.
Wow.
96,000 of which was sold in December. So when we say we're busy,
It's such a great gift.
we're busy.
That's the amount of money you made, or that's the amount of
The
gifts?
chamber makes zero. In fact, we lose money every
No,
single
she
time.
means, is that the actual
Is
ticket
that
or the money?
Is that the money that
The
was
figure.
bought, or
Bought.
is that the number of cards bought?
No, the
Okay.
amount of dollars.
Wow.
When you add the 50s, the 10s, and the 25s, all denominations sold
It's
for the year,
232.
the grand total of
Wow.
all three is 232,540. Wow. And the reason I say 100% goes to the business. So I want everyone using them. Get your taxes done and you can use them. Get your hair done. You can use them. Get your muffler fixed. You can use them. Buy yourself an outfit. Go to dinner. There's so much versatility. Pay your home heating oil.
Yep.
Buy a glass of wine for this weekend. I hear it's going to be cold and windy or maybe even a little snow. So it's very versatile. Use it to buy your groceries because there's about 6 markets on there that you can use it. It is the benefit that we are the most proud of. It's very time consuming to manage the program because somebody comes in, we have to sell it, log it into the computer. We're then handing them a gift certificate, which is a piece of paper that we had to pay for, printed in 2 colors, numbered, hand stamped. It goes in an envelope that we paid for. And then there's a list inside of all the places that it can be used. So there is a cost to the chamber to run that program to keep this local economy strong.
But you're keeping your members happy and the local economy.
And we can quantify the impact of our efforts on every one of them. So
and
we
I
run
think
the
it's
report.
important to mention, Lisa, because people might say, oh, I'll remember that for next Christmas. That program's around all year, all the time.
Actually,
So
at
you
my
can
family
always buy
Christmas,
them.
I got really excited, like I was part of it or something. My aunt, I think, or my cousin got a chamber gift card, and with it, she got the Harry Potter book of where you can use it. And so I was like, what did you get? Because they were like, oh, that's really cool. And it was like, a big ticket item, like you got an Xbox or something. And so I'm like, what is it? What is it? And she's like, it's a Ocean Community. I'm like, oh my God, did you get a chamber gift card?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And I was like, I know.
They
I know
don't
those
realize
people.
how great that is. And you can use it all year.
Yeah, no,
long.
it's
have
wonderful.
people with birthdays coming up, anniversaries,
Yeah.
anything.
It never
Buy them.
expires. Someone has a newborn baby, it's a great gift.
It's Monday.
There's
Just give them a gift card.
there's a death in your sphere of friends or family, and you don't know what to give them. What happens is 10
You
people
have
make
florists
10 people
on there.
make them a lasagna.
Mhm.
Well, give them a gift card. They'll decide if they want the lasagna or the flowers or
Or
Right.
Tupperware to put their lasagna away.
or whatever. Again, a bottle of wine, whatever it is that they need. That you're putting the power in their hands, but yet still showing the
A
thoughtfulness.
couple of years ago, the Westerly Sun management gave all the employees and the self-employed writers gift
That's beautiful.
cards to McQuaid's.
Nice.
And let me tell you, I used mine for several months. I would run in and I'd get something here, or I'd get something there, or I'd buy something that I might not treat myself to normally. And it was just great. And I was saying, how long can I keep this going? I thought it was
What's
the
the balance?
greatest
And,
thing.
No, it is. It's
Well, they were
definitely
very
wonderful.
generous to do it. And it was a smart thing to do.
It's good for morale, good for team building.
Very good.
We have some manufacturers in town that when they go quarterly without any incidents of breakage of product or somebody has an accident in the
Right.
workplace that has to be reported, or nobody calls in sick for 3 months, or, they have their own internal incentives. And when they reach that goal, everybody might get a $25 gift certificate or whatever. So they're used for all kinds of stuff. And
I used
we
it
love 'em.
towards tires.
Oh, that's
Now,
the most
obviously, that's not going to buy $700 worth of tires, but it's nice to be able to say, and I can subtract this much off.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Nice discount.
I like practical stuff. This is also the time of year, New Year, where we are working hard on producing a beautiful publication to promote Westerly. Our Ocean Community Travel Guide is gorgeous. It's about 60 to 70 pages each year, 4 color images, and it's everything. It's the beaches, the parks, the attractions, the arts and culture, the golf courses, the fishing spots. It's everything that would make you want to come here, whether it's for a day, a week, or to move here. And we need fresh images. So if you're a person that is a shutterbug and you've got some great landscapes of the beaches, the lighthouses, children at play in the park. So think, magazine type images. It can't be you and your significant other, holding
some really
holding a beverage. It can't be posed, I guess, or candid.
Right.
It's got to be more candid type of things. But we love when it's locals photos that get up in the magazine, and they love it too. And of course, we'll put your name or your business, and it'll be printed in the magazine.
Give you a photo credit.
Yeah, yes, absolutely. Yep. It's a good bragging rights for you to have them in there. So please, within the next month, submit anything you have to me at lkonicki@oceanchamber.org. That way we can give them some consideration.
And Konicki is Konicki.
Yes,
Right.
it is. Yes, it
And
is.
she's putting it up on the screen.
Thank you.
lkonicki@oceanchamber.org.
Great. No, we really appreciate that. It's a big project, writing fresh copy every year. Just putting that whole piece together so that it's a source of pride. And then when people check in at the cottages or at a hotel, or when they go to town hall to register something, you see our magazines at town hall. You get them with your keys at the Weekapaug Inn or the Breezeway or whatever it might be. We actually pay to distribute it at some other key locations. Mystic goes at TF Green Airport. It goes at the Westbrook Welcome Center, thanks to my dear friend Rona, who drives them all the way out there. And you might be thinking, why in the world would the Westbrook, Connecticut Welcome Center promote the ocean community?
Because they're on their way. It's
They're
right on
their
the
way. And because we're really clever, we do 2 different covers on our magazine. Right. We pay extra. One cover is a westerly scene, and those get distributed Rhode Island, TF Green, etc. But so that we can get our magazines in the Big E, in the Connecticut House, and on I-95, and in various places throughout southeastern Connecticut that will be a draw card for us, we pay money to have a Mystic cover as well. So we do different distribution.
Right.
It's worth it for us to spend the money. So that
Westbrook rest stop is the last rest stop before Rhode Island. Mm-hmm. It's 45 minutes away, and it has full facilities and
gives people a long time to flip through the magazine and plan their visit to this area.
So and it's right by the outlets.
They might have
people
been coming to Mystic and they have a plan and they're going to stay in Mystic. Maybe that's their intended. But then they learn about Westerly. They learn about our beautiful downtown. They learn about an event that's happening at the chorus of Westerly or whatever, because they picked up that magazine. So we're working on that right now. It's a huge undertaking. Simultaneously, it overlaps with the timeline for our annual membership directory. This year's membership directory will have all the usual information, which of course, by category tells you who all our members are. And it has a profile on all of the towns that we serve. So there's data about Westerly, Stonington, Richmond, Hopkinton, all that. But it will be significantly larger this year because it's our 100th anniversary. So this year there'll be articles written in the magazine by writers that we've employed, specifically David Tranquita, who back in the day
was the editor of the Westerly Sun.
Yes. So years ago, David committed to doing this, and the articles that are going to be in this book have been sitting in a computer file on my desk, some of them for 5 or 6 years.
Wow.
Because we thought we're never going to have money to pay for this down the road. Let's work with him and do like one article and then one article. And he donated a couple articles. So we have a few in there. Maybe we'll add a couple other unpaid articles, but we want to talk about the evolution of the chamber, the history of the chamber, the leadership, the things that we faced over time. It'll be a perfect bound book. So it'll be more like a keepsake book, you know, instead of something that you use for a year and then throw out when the next one comes out. I think people are going to hang on to this one.
Sure. Well, it's part of the history of this town.
Yes,
definitely. And what I, you know, there's so many, we have so little time and so many things to ask you. I wanted to ask you about the lobster trap tree and the auction and what else you have planned.
There's no, it's only 4:22. We got time, lady.
What else you got planned for the 100th year? And
all right. So I'm going to try to take them by order. Lobster trap tree this weekend on Saturday. Everyone is welcome. Everyone. If you just want to go and check out those beautiful buoys up close and personal, they're all going to be laid out on tables in the Velvet Mill. So come on over around noontime and the whole place will be set up right in the middle there where White Crest Eatery is and Masa. You'll see them all on display. You can still bid on them online at lobstertraptree.com. The auction is at lobstertraptree.com. And if you want to inspect them in person, each one is on its own little Lazy Susan. So you spin the Lazy Susan and you see the artwork on all sides. And we're going to do that for the public. Then we open it up to a private reception, which is a thank you to our amazingly talented 130 artists that painted for us. So they come in and we feed them and love them up and show them how much we appreciate them. And if they want, they grab a buoy for this year's tree as they're walking out the door. Okay.
Oh, smart.
And then
you're
Mama didn't raise no fool.
Yeah.
Then later in the afternoon, the volunteers that helped physically build the tree, take the tree down and transport the heavy items back and forth, whatever, as well as anyone who wants to buy a ticket for $35 comes to, this is it. This is the last part, 4:30 to 6. It's when the auction ends at 6 o'clock. Some people like to buy a ticket to that because they want to be in the room. They're bidding online.
The room where it happens.
And there's no advantage. You don't have a greater shot of winning your buoy if you're in the room.
You can like look around and be like, was it them? Was it them?
No, because it could be someone at home in their bunny slippers. It's an online auction. But we have lots of good food and beverages. And it's really the excitement of kind of like 1 minute left, 30 seconds. And then you just don't know until that minute. And then it tells you if you won or not. So
wow.
I'm in the hunt right now and the leading bidder on 3 buoys. I don't know. Am I going to end up with 3? Am I going to end up with I don't know. But we'll be following that over the next few days as will everybody else. And in case anyone's wondering, last year it made $34,000, which is fantastic because if you look at our website, there's more than $50,000 of upfront expenses to do that tree every year. If you can't fathom it.
And it goes up every year too.
So look at our website. We believe in truth and transparency. You can see it. And there it is. That's why the auction is so critical. We would not be able to do the project from year after year without it. So thanks to everyone in terms of an artist that supported. Thanks to those of you who are bidding. And thanks to the Velvet Mill for hosting this year. By doing it there, we're able to have food from a variety of different locations that are chamber members, like the Backdoor Pizza and White Crest Eatery and Dock 9. So it'll be a little bit more interesting and we can showcase another Stonington member. So that's the lobster trap tree. And while we're wrapping it up on February 1st with the buoys, we are starting off the sponsorship on February 1st for the next tree. That is the first day that a member of the chamber can sponsor a buoy. So it never ends is the bottom line. That project.
Ongoing buoys.
Yes. All right. So there's that. Then you said new stuff for 2025. All right. We're doing some throwbacks. You know, we're looking across the period of the past 100 years that we've been in existence, looking at some of the projects we've done before, some that worked, some that maybe worked for 5 years and then we got tired of them or they lost their luster, whatever. but we kind of dusted a couple of them off and said for 1 year, we'll bring that back because there's been some demand. So there is a reprieval of the Fashion Trashin' event, and that one is around the corner. That's in the spring. I know it's in April. I have to cheat here and look. Hold on. I seriously don't even have it. Trash and Fashion is April 24th at the United Theater. If you would like to make an outfit, model an outfit, make a small contribution, it all goes to local businesses and organizations taking trash that they would normally throw out, looking at it differently, and recycling it and making some kind of an outfit that is a legit wearable piece of clothing, if you will. And then somebody models it. So it heightens awareness of the importance of Mother Earth and taking care of it. And of course, it's right around Earth Day. Thank you to the United Theater for hosting. It'll be a full stage show. It's super fun.
It's 28th.
24th. People get really into their creations. They really show off. Then also new for this year, never done before, because of our many partnerships with the artists, because we want to encourage people to circulate around our community, to spend time in our community. And we're always looking to partner with our talented artists to do things. Do you remember the Whale Trail in Westerly?
Yeah, I sure do.
Okay. And there's still one downstairs at Pizza
That was
Place.
about 20 or 25 years ago.
There's one at the corner of Airport Road and Watch Hill Road. So they're around.
I know there's one in Niantic.
Correct. There used to be 32 of them. And when that trail came out, people went to see every single one of them and take their pictures with them.
The bookstore in Mystic.
Yes, Bank Square Books.
Bank Square Book had the big one outside.
So those are just 4 or 5 that we can remember. Those were 6-foot fiberglass whales, and it was more than 20 years ago. 10 years later, we did My Town Rocks here in Westerly. We had banners everywhere, signage, and they were gigantic painted rocking chairs, almost like Adirondack style rocking chairs. There's one in the library. And again, the artist got involved and it got people circulating. So we thought, is there an art iconography trail that makes sense for Westerly? It would take months to put something like this together. So we would have to be executing it in the winter, and then it's going to take a lot of prep time. So we started thinking, what would that item be for a winter thing? So drum roll, we're going to do a nutcracker trail, and the nutcrackers are 6 feet tall. They are incredibly impressive.
And they're being made where? By whom? How?
All right. So they're different types. About 80 of the 100 are a plastic hollow mold that is commercially manufactured. They're sold out. You can't get them anymore anywhere until August of this year. They are, they come completely white. They play music and they have lights on the chest. And you can customize them. So you can paint them anything you want.
Wow.
You can bling them with sequins. You can cut their head off and put a different hat on. You can do a lot of things. And I have samples this thick of papers at my office of what other people have done across the country to customize their nutcracker to represent their church, their home, their restaurant, their nonprofit, whatever it is.
Here's the real question.
Yes.
Though. Do they crack nuts?
No.
Okay.
They do not. So they have what looks like the big traditional nutcracker teeth, but they're not functioning in that way.
And big rosy cheeks.
So that depends if the artist paints them rosy. I brought you a sample to show you how some artists in other communities have painted nutcrackers to
oh my God.
So someone made one into a Grinch.
Grinch.
So
someone
I
made it into Santa.
Buy one of these.
So here's how it works. We've been accruing nutcrackers for months. All right. We've spent.
Why don't you hold that up to the camera?
Because I'm reading it right now.
I mean, after.
We've spent over $30,000 buying nutcrackers. Okay.
You have a very
bold.
I'm trying to think of
crazy.
No,
ambitious.
No, has nothing to do
creative.
with. It has nothing to do with you.
Oh, I'm talking the chamber board members.
That's what I'm talking about. The board.
They're bold.
members.
They're crazy. They're ambitious. They're
a very kind board, and that's not the right word. I mean, they have a lot of faith in you.
They have a lot of faith in our organization's track record to deliver programs and events that work. When I say work for the members, work for the community. It creates excitement for the people that live here, and it generates foot traffic for the businesses that are in this community. So I did a little test, and we have about 45 of them already committed.
Wow.
So when you sponsor, your sponsorship is $1,000 because it's covering the cost of the Nutcracker, which depending on what I paid for, it ranges from $460 to $513. And when I say that, I've had to travel to upstate New York to get some of these where I'm literally seeing the Canadian border.
Mm-hmm.
I've been to New Hampshire. I've been everywhere. You know that song? Was it Johnny
Cash?
Cash?
Johnny Cash.
That is what's in my head as I'm driving the chamber van to pick up these 6-foot nutcrackers all over the place.
We are going to take a break right
let's do
now.
it.
So let's take a short break. We'll come back and find out what other crazy, nutty things Lisa Konicki has.
Experience local excellence with Roof Right Roofing in Charlestown, Rhode Island. With over 40 years of unmatched expertise, Roof Right specializes in architectural shingles and holds the prestigious title of GAF Master Elite Installers. Known for their commitment to the community and support for local initiatives, Roof Right is your trusted partner for all of your home's roofing needs. Call today for a free estimate at 401-212-4140.
Hi, this is Dan from Lathrop Insurance. In this challenging insurance environment, Lathrop Insurance can be your beacon in the storm to help you find the coverage you need at the right price. Now, more than ever, you need a partner in the insurance industry that can work with multiple carriers to make sure you have the right coverage at the right price. Lathrop Insurance carries home, auto, and business insurance and can be reached at 401-596-2525. We've been supporting the local community since 1939, and we look forward to working with you.
What's going on, everybody? It's Patrick down here at the Wireless Zone at Dunn's Corners at 224 Post Road, and everybody down here is getting the brand new iPhone 16. We have it here in stock. The best part is right now, if you trade in your old phone, you get it for free. We got deals all weekend, awesome savings. Come on down and see us, 224 Post Road, Dunn's Corners, Verizon Wireless Zone. We'll see you soon.
D&V Mechanical specializes in the installation, maintenance, and servicing of Mitsubishi ductless mini-split heat pump systems. We are certified by Mitsubishi as Diamond Elite Contractors and factory trained and up to date on the proper procedure of the installation and service of Mitsubishi ductless heating and air conditioning ductless heat pumps. We assist with the paperwork to reduce much of the stress-related documentation required to get the state rebates and federal tax incentives. We are not a jack-of-all-trades, master-of-nothing company. We are masters of ductless heat pumps. It's what we do, and it's what we know.
Wood River Health is my home for health.
Wood River Health is a one-stop shop for primary medical care, dental care, behavioral health, and social services. We care for the members of our community because they are our community. I'm Allison Croak, President and CEO of Wood River Health. Since 1976, our health center has provided high-quality, affordable health care to residents of Rhode Island and southeastern Connecticut. We are your neighborhood health center. Let us be your home for health.
Grab that special someone and come dance the night away this Valentine's Day with the Knickerbocker All-Stars live at the Nick. It'll be a night you'll remember forever, dancing to the music that you can never forget. Get your tickets for the Valentine's Day swing dance at the Nick today at nickmusic.com.
Ever thought about leveling up your fitness game in a fun and meaningful way? Kiefer's Martial Arts on Granite Street has everything you're looking for. Kickboxing, Muay Thai, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and of course, adult karate. It's not just about getting fit, it's about building your self-confidence, discipline, and that unstoppable feeling you get from all your hard work. Stop in to Kiefer's Martial Arts today to sign up.
Hi, I'm Chris Kozłowski, owner of Broadview Florist and Garden Center in Dunn's Corners. For over 40 years, our family-owned business has been your go-to destination for beautiful, custom-made floral arrangements. Whether it's a special event or just to brighten up your day, We create highest quality designs tailored just for you. Trust Broadview Florists to make every moment unforgettable. Visit us today or give us a call at 401-322-0390.
Do you want to get your business in front of over 100,000 viewers every month? Advertise with 321 and enjoy the best value in local advertising while supporting free community live streams. Your message will be seen across live high school sports, morning shows, and local events, connecting you directly with engaged audiences, boosting your visibility, growing your brand, and helping us keep these broadcasts accessible to everyone for free. Partner with 321 today and watch your business thrive.
Are you looking for a fresh cut in Westerly? Step into Rio's Barber Shop in Granite Plaza. Whether it's a classic trim or a trendy new look, we've got you covered. Experience the perfect cut for every age and style in a friendly and relaxed atmosphere. At Rio's, it's not just a haircut, it's an experience. Visit Rio's Barber Shop in the Granite Plaza in Westerly or give us a call to schedule your appointment at 401-315-2208. Your style, our craft, Rio's Barber Shop.
Nutcrackers.
That was a very quick countdown. She said 10, 9, 8, go, go.
Yeah, go at 8. Go at 8.
We have got to send you back to producer school.
Oh my gosh.
Welcome back to Man About Town. We are broadcasting and we are streaming from 321 Media in downtown Westerly. We're here with Lisa Konicki from the Ocean Community Chamber. And how are you going to get it all in 20 minutes?
Well, we're going to go back to cracking some nuts here.
Okay.
We've got 6-foot nutcrackers. They are available, varying shapes and sizes. Most of them play music and light up. And we've got a variety of businesses, nonprofits, even the police department already involved. People are painting them. If you want to come and check them out, the ones that are not painted yet, come shopping at the chamber office. I will take you around and you can see the different styles. You'll get hooked. There's some really clever folks out there that
and
are
$1,000 we'll buy one.
At $1,000, your company is paying for the nutcracker, the artist of your choice that I'm going to match you with, a professional artist.
Oh my gosh, can we choose though?
Then you own the nutcracker. We're obviously going to photograph it, include it on the website, on our Facebook page. The website will be nutcrackertrail.com. It'll have a map. It'll show where every single one of the nutcrackers is located for those people that want to run around town.
When will this trail start?
Okay, November 30th. We will have the entire exhibition at the United Theater for one day. All 100 of these will be there, and you can go and see them all in one place.
Then they hit the road.
Then they hit the road, and they go to their place to herald the holiday season and stand.
And then are you going to be a commandant like you are with this, with the stars, and tell the people, okay, you got to take them down? You know damn well a lot of these businesses are going to say, I paid for it. It's mine.
It is
I love
theirs.
it. And they're going to keep it up.
It's theirs. They can do whatever they want. Like,
so they can keep it up all year in their window.
It's up to them. Yeah. If they want to change its outfit for the seasons, what do I care?
That's such a great idea.
For now, we're doing it 1 year to get people circulating and get them excited. And it's 100 because it ties in with our anniversary.
Right.
It's a throwback to our past in terms of our iconography trails. So we're not going to do this next year. Who the heck needs 2 6-foot nutcrackers? Very few of us. So now's your chance. I actually sponsored one myself. The artist is Serena Bates, and it's going to be a mermaid nutcracker. So she did some surgery on mine because the nutcrackers come with a mustache.
She is, for those who don't know, a world famous sculptor.
Correct.
And lives right in this community and is fantastic.
So this was a way to showcase Serena's work. She chopped off the mustache. She took his hat off, decapitated his hat. She built a chest. So he's gone through a transition.
Is he a girl?
I know that's not popular right now. He's gone through a transition.
Yes, girl.
Okay. So it's a female nutcracker that she made a fin, and it will be a mermaid because at my home, I have a mermaid mailbox. I have some mermaid art. I have a few things.
Obsessed. Yes.
It's because we all collect weird things. And all right, that's sort of one of the things. And because I thought people will come to see it.
Yeah.
And it'll showcase her amazing talents. And no one will have anything like it. And Hoofs is doing the Grinch. everyone's going to want to see the Grinch in their window. That's going to be fantastic. So we hooked him up with an artist. So we've got these beautiful artists that are working with us. And, you know, winter's boring. You're stuck inside a lot.
Right.
These artists are so happy to have this cool project to be working on. So you'll find out more as time goes by.
We've all seen Tony Asian's buoys.
Oh my God, he's awesome.
Can you imagine what he's going to do with a 6-foot?
Yeah, we haven't reached out to him yet.
Please do.
Oh yeah, he will always have the opportunity to participate in anything that we do. We think he's amazing.
I really enjoy
He's
his
just
art.
super busy, and frankly, these projects don't pay well for the artists. They're covering the materials, because if I had to pay what they deserved by the hour, some of these nutcrackers are 60 hours to paint.
Yeah.
All right. It would be like a $2,500 nutcracker. So they're doing it for the greater role of being a part of the community and getting some publicity out of it.
PR.
So God bless them, but
Absolutely.
it's a huge undertaking, and we don't expect anyone to do it. We're grateful when they do.
Yeah.
But again, almost half right now are already taken. So
Wow.
I don't know how quick it's going to be before they sell out. Come and see me or call me if you're interested, so that we can sit down. I can show you some samples and you can see them.
Okay, moving on.
Yes, yes. Just want to remind people about the importance of their social media marketing and how the chamber can help if they haven't taken advantage of a reel. You know, we've tried to do recently with our gift certificate redemptions, deliver some of those checks and say, while we're here giving you money, because we're the chamber that likes to pay you, let's do a little 5-minute reel and put it up on there. So you might be getting a phone call in the next 2 months, because we have an awesome intern that's working with us, Nicholas Fiore. Okay. And he is a URI student. This is his second go around with the Ocean Community Chamber. And he's going to be working on some of our member benefits and helping people by going to visit them on behalf of the chamber, and on the spot, just give them a little loving and give them a little publicity. All right.
Very good.
So look forward to that.
And there are many people out there that don't really know how to use social media well and could use this. It's a very good push.
The young generation, they
know.
definitely know how to do it.
Yeah.
I think it's going to take him half the amount of time to produce some of the ones that we're doing, just because he's more familiar with it. But then once it goes up, it's a little, commercial publicity on our site as well as theirs. We have 800 members. There's no way we're going to be able to get to everyone, but we try to promote everything, and certainly send in to us your emails that have posts about whatever your upcoming events are, your fundraisers, what have you. Let us know what's happening so that we can promote you. We do have some other upcoming events. You touched on one of them, Rona, which was, the heck was it?
I touched on so many.
There was one that I didn't write down, and I thought, that little bugger, she beat me.
Duck race? I don't know.
The duck race,
No,
the last
that wasn't
Saturday,
it, though.
last Saturday of April. So now's the time. If you're a nonprofit organization and you want to make money for your group, contact us. Des Marie is amazing. She's a contract employee for the chamber. She does an awesome job running this event. And you get to keep $2.85 of each duck that your group sells. The remaining $2.15 of a duck sponsorship goes to the chamber to pay for all the expenses to run the duck race. One of course, is Dez's time running it, but also the marketing, the updating of the billboard, the promoting of it in the magazines.
The ducks themselves.
The ducks are paid for, so I can't even put that on the list. But there's a lot.
To get them all spiffed up and.
Yes, we have to barcode. We have to barcode, accept them, and make sure that we're not selling a duck that we don't have. Like over the years, God bless the Boy Scouts. They come and they help us dry them. And sometimes the kids get really excited, and by mistake, they'll step on ducks, and the number on the bottom will break off. So then we have to retire that number.
Oh, duck.
Because that duck is gone.
It's ducked.
So we have a scanning system that we scan every duck every year to make sure that we don't sell a duck that we don't actually have in the race, because it's a lottery by definition.
Yes, it
and
is.
we follow strict lottery
and the state
laws.
police cares a lot about lotteries around here.
And they should, and so do we. So Des will print out a report, and then we go and we pull those numbers and destroy them so that they can't be sold.
How's the building campaign coming?
So we haven't done anything in the past 3 or 4 months to raise money for the campaign.
You've been a little busy. You're always a little busy.
Yeah, we had to sideline the raise money for the building to the get to the holiday activities that we have to execute. The stroll, the Santa's arrival, the tree, all these other things. So we'll circle back to that probably in another month after the chocolate stroll. We'll start focusing
I know
on
I
that.
didn't mention this, so it's not whatever it is you're thinking, but you talked about the duck race, which is the end of April, but before that comes Easter, and you're going to need candy.
Grace just texted me. Egg hunt, April 5th.
Smart.
We are
Grace.
accepting eggs and candy donations.
Yes.
Okay. So we have to spend hundreds of dollars if we don't get stuff donated, which, I mean, that's part of the program. This is a partnership with the town of Westerly. So we, the chamber, spend our time out there trying to get stuff donated so that we don't have to physically go and buy thousands of dollars worth of candy. We put out 10,000 eggs. Okay. That's a lot.
Wow.
That's a lot. But think about it. The number of kids that come, you don't want them to go home with 2 eggs, 3
Right.
eggs.
This is in
Oh my
Wilcox
It's in
Park.
Wilcox
I
Park.
helped one year, and one little boy got an egg stolen from him by another person.
Oh, these are serious stakes here we're talking.
They were, and he was crying. I've never made a kid so happy. I was like, "Do you want this one?" And he was like,
Well, yeah, we keep we hold a few on the side so that nobody leaves upset from that
Yeah.
event. But yes, we do buy some chocolates from some of our local chocolate purveyors.
Right.
And not everything is chocolate. We mix up with different candies, but it's a big
and
undertaking.
No nuts, no peanut butter.
Absolutely.
Right.
So if you decide to drop off a bag, please do not have it be something like jelly beans that are loose, things that are wrapped.
It can be jelly beans that are individually packaged.
wrapped, and preferably nothing with peanut butter, because we have to pull it out. And if we have to pull it out, that means it's hanging out at my office and we'll be eating it over the next few months. We don't want it. You know, get a bag of something that's no peanuts so that there's no issue with that. If you want to help volunteer stuffing the eggs, our boardroom will be covered every single inch.
I've seen that. It's just amazing.
Yeah, we've had people like
It's
Cal
like you've
Lord
walked
and
into
other people.
Easterland.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. Which again is part of the reason why there's a list of reasons why we need to expand the building. When we have an activity like that going on, we can barely walk through the conference room because of the volume of eggs, candy, boxes,
Ducks.
everything. You know, it's a lot. We're juggling a lot. That's why I'm so happy our buoys will be leaving this weekend, and then that makes room for the eggs to come through. It's constantly shifting things around. So definitely a lot that's happening. We wouldn't have it any other way. Do want to mention we're always looking for volunteers, whether it is a one-day volunteer at one of these fun events, or you want to work in the office and be at the nerve center of the town of Westerly and help those tourists when they come in, answer questions about yard sales, the routes of the parade, what's the water temperature today, who has the best lobster roll in Westerly, you name it. We get every question you can imagine. We do. It's a lot. That's what the front desk handles. I handle questions that are very different. So like this week, I sat down with a girl who invented a technology that would be, it would make your life easier in certain types of industries if you had this, in terms of accessing your records and pictures and categorizing them. If you think about Pinterest and how we use this, it's along those same lines. This is a very brilliant young woman. So you'll be hearing more about her in the future, because she'll do some info sessions at the chamber to explain her technology and how it's applicable to a lot of businesses. But that was about an hour and a half of my time with a non-member, just an entrepreneur, which you love meeting with them, their energy, their passion, learning about something that's cutting edge, and then brainstorming with them on how you can see it being applied to different types of businesses that we interface with in this community. So I'm really excited to roll that out.
I have to throw this in. When you were talking about sitting at the nerve center and answering questions, you've heard them all. I was working in Newport some years ago, and I was at the Convention and Visitors Bureau, and they told me the strangest question they ever got.
Uh-oh. Can you repeat it?
Yes, I can.
Okay.
Yes, some people came in from New York, and they wanted to know, where do you keep the ocean and when does it open?
What?
That's ridiculous. Come on. Someone's
Where do you keep the ocean and when does it open in the morning? That was it.
Were they just joking?
No, no, absolutely not.
We put it away at night.
Yeah.
So we put it to bed.
We don't want
We
anyone
sing
to
it a
steal
lullaby.
Yeah,
We
nobody-
turn the lights off.
Wow.
But yes, that's a for real. So
I'd have to think
can you
long and
top
hard.
this?
I'd have to think long and hard about the craziest question that I've ever got.
But I'm sure you have. And it's got to be hard. Like you said, who's got the best lobster roll?
Well, that we won't answer.
Exactly,
Never.
because you've got a lot of restaurant
what
members.
we'll say is, over on our wall are menus to
Mhm.
various places in this community. This one here has a lobster roll. This one here. So some have a great view at their business. Some really casual and inexpensive. You can go and come as you are. If you're wearing flip-flops and jeans, or flip-flops in your bathing suit, for example, that might be a different experience than somebody that wants a hot lobster roll to sit down somewhere. So we try to ask a few questions so that the list of maybe 30 places in town
Right.
that have it gets down to like 5. Then we pull out our membership directory, circle those addresses to the 5, and suggest that they look on the website now that we've helped them.
Right.
Or where are you heading next? I'm heading towards Newport. This one's on the way. Okay. So we try to give them good information.
Smart.
And we're definitely fair about how we go about doing that.
You've got to be, because you have a lot of restaurant members.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Lots.
And you are nothing if not great to your members.
Well,
again,
we're grateful. We're
I
grateful
say-
for the members. We
I
couldn't
say
do what we
this
do.
every time you're here. The businesses that choose not to be chamber members, I will never get it. Never understand. If you open a business, that's as important as turning on the lights, advertising, or buying paper bags.
So I agree with you, but if I had to be self-reflective and critical about one of the things that's not our strength as a chamber, we don't get out there and sell.
You don't have the damn time.
Exactly.
Or the manpower.
So if someone's listening and they want to be a salesperson for the Ocean Community Chamber of Commerce, give me a call. We don't have a sale. We don't work on commission. There are chambers that have full-time people that get 30% of the dues. And this is all people do is they just send out mass emails. They go knocking on doors. And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. And businesses can be members of more than chamber. And there's nothing wrong with that either. But we are so consumed with providing the services to the members, and we're so small as a staff that honestly, the thing that we don't have the time, it just seems hard to find, is the selling. Having said that, we haven't declined in membership, but if I had a dedicated person that was willing to go out there and make some calls or whatever, I think we could easily have 50 to 75 more
New
members in this year that we turn 100, and it would be wonderful. So that's my call. If you're out there, come see me. We would love to have you. And maybe you do it for 2 months and see how it rolls. Because you can only go through the list, of non-members so many times. We're not going to, we're going to offer it to people. We're not going to drive people crazy or badger them. Some people have a tight budget. Some people, for whatever reason may not want to join, what have you.
I can't imagine why not.
You just
Well,
never know.
you've got 5 minutes to wrap it up.
Wow.
And you've got a lot of stuff here.
Wow.
I guess number one is the chocolate, because that's upcoming.
February 6th, get your tickets, get your appetite, get your friend, or just get your Tupperware and put it in a bag and come to the chocolate stroll, but only buy your tickets from us. This is the time where we're refreshing our publications, our magazines, our membership directory. Make sure that the way you are listed in our publications is correct. If you have a new address, a new phone number, you've moved, maybe your general manager's changed, look at your information that we have as it's listed now on our website. And if anything's changed, we need you to tell us. We don't have a crystal ball. So let us know if it's changed so we can update it in the system. And when it comes out, those new publications, we're doing right by you. They go to a lot of places. They get a lot of eyes on them. And some of them are keepsake books. So we want it to be accurate. If you are just a member of the public, maybe you don't own a business, but you're thinking, I want to be aware of these ribbon cuttings. I want to know when there's a new business. I just want to get the chamber news when it comes out. Every Friday, we send an email notification with, this is what's going on this weekend. This is what's happening. This is what the chamber is working on. It doesn't cost anything. Call our office and say you'd like to be put on the weekly email list, and we will add you to it. Then you'll feel like you're in the know. So some people don't use social media. I get those calls. They want to know what's happening. So that's fine. You don't even have to go to our website to look at the calendar.
I was going to say,
get the email and open it every week.
You've got that rolling calendar on your website.
Yes, which I feel is really helpful.
Very.
The other thing is Instagram. If you're on Instagram, like us on Instagram. Get your information fresh from that outlet. We have an outstanding number of Facebook followers. It's something like 29,000. Instagram, we're far less. And there tend to be two different age demographics. So we need to work to build our Instagram numbers up more. And we might be doing a little, like a raffle with a really cool prize to encourage more people to come on board on our Instagram. So
what's your handle?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Talk to me in language I understand.
At
DJ.
Ocean _community _chamber.
There you go. I'm gonna have to get that tattooed on my brain.
So yeah, keep Grace within a very short leash.
Yeah, and our new intern Nick, he'll be helping with that stuff too. If you have a student that wants to be an intern at the chamber, he's getting 3 college credits for URI for what he's doing with us. Maybe you want to work in event production. Maybe you want to work in marketing. Maybe just business. I'm
thinking of the high school students who need a senior project, and this would be the perfect time of year.
We love them, and we have one. Her name is Gabby, and she's working with us right now.
Great.
But we take in all types. We take in all kinds of people. Someone came up to me at Haversham while I was eating dinner the other night and said, "What does it take to volunteer for you?" I said, "Put out your hand." I went like this. I said, "You have a pulse. You're in. We'd love to have you." And you let us know how much do you want? Do you want it to be a one-time thing, a one-day thing, a set every Wednesday thing? Totally flexible. Love to have you come take a tour and let's talk.
Very good. And let's talk. We are done talking right now to Lisa Konicki from the Ocean Community Chamber. She will be back in a month. And next week, can't believe, start of the 2nd month of the year. And for those of you who are look behind me, there's the library. The library twins will be crossing the street at 3 o'clock. And at 4 o'clock, we will have Detective Howie Mills. If he finds out that I've got shortbread, which is his favorite, he might be here sooner.
Great.
But we hope you all stay well, drive carefully. We're going to have some icy times a little bit this weekend, but if you drive smart, you'll do fine. And we will see you next week on Man About Town, coming from 321 Media, downtown Westerly.
Westerly LLC and westerly.com.
Touchdown, Westerly!
A chance for the Chargers, and they score!
In the front, Fuzzy again!